everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah, I'm a filmmaker, and today I want to show you two very different music videos and take a look at how the directors approach the videos based on each song. So let's take a look at Starry Night by MAMAMOO and Focus on Me by Just2. Now, first of all, if you haven't seen either video or heard either song, go watch and listen because one, it'll be easier to really see the connections and notice the things that I call out, and two, they're both amazing, so why wouldn't you? Also, I have never tried to explain filmmaking things to non-filmmakers, so if I use any terms that are confusing, please leave a comment and I will explain them in a pinned comment. Okay, so let's get into it. So first off, let's talk about the music. There are many approaches to coming up with a music video concept, but most of the time they are based on the song. It could be based on the lyrics, the instruments, the intentions of the artist, or many other aspects. So here's how I hear each song. Starry Night starts off with an acoustic guitar. The instruments and voices have very few, if any, noticeable effects on them. There are no heavy bass drops, no super low tones. It just has a very summery and happy feeling to it. Contrary to that happy sound, the lyrics actually talk about an ending relationship. The person singing seems to be working through their feelings by comparing the feelings to nature. Overall, the song sounds quote-unquote natural to me, as if someone with an acoustic guitar could just sit down and play this and it would still sound pretty similar. Focus on Me is very different in terms of the song. It uses a lot of artificial sounds and instruments like synthesizers. Now focus on me. There are more low tones, there is more bass, and there are effects on the voices that sometimes make them sound as if they're whispering into your ear. It gives the song an intimate and sexier feeling. The lyrics are about a new exciting relationship where everything is really intense and the person singing wants to spend a lot of time alone with whoever they're singing to. Overall, the song sounds more quote-unquote artificial to me than Starry Night. There are sounds in it that remind me of machines, and even the Focus on Me reminds me of a camera focusing. Keep all of this in mind as we move on to take a look at each video, but before we do that, let's quickly talk about the directors and give them some credit for their amazing work. So Starry Night was directed by Hong Won-ki of the Zeni Bros. Sorry if I mispronounced that. He also directed the videos that I listed here. I genuinely like all of these videos. Piri is my favorite among them though. If you've seen these videos before, it kind of shows that he greatly varies in the style depending on the group or the song that he's directing for. It just showcases how he can adapt and shows his creativity. Focus on Me was directed by director Kim of High Quality Fish. Again, sorry if I mispronounced that, maybe it should be Director, I'm not sure. I'm also not sure if he specifically directed all the videos I listed or if it were other people in High Quality Fish, but these are some of the videos that I found on their Vimeo page that is also linked in the description box. My favorite video among these is probably Follow by Monsta X. I haven't heard the song or seen the Gravity video yet, so look out for my reaction to that sometime in the future. But all the other videos are pretty heavily based on visual effects and editing and other technical trickeries. And the songs also usually have a lot of electronic sounds in them. This is actually pretty similar to how the Focus on Me video was shot, so that's very interesting to see that they usually go for more of a technical approach to their videos. Alright, so let's get into the videos. Starry Night cleverly utilizes the basics of filmmaking, cinematography and editing. There are only a few shots that feature visual effects, and even those are just added but don't make up the shots, they're just added details into the shots. The video is entirely shot on beautiful locations and is very colorful and fun. What makes this video special is the very smart editing, the very effective usage of time remapping, artificial camera movements, and the transitions that are used. As I mentioned before, the song has a very freeing and summery feeling to it and makes a lot of nature references in the lyrics, and that is exactly what we see. We see a lot of beautiful nature, open spaces, and bright colors. Focus on Me, on the other hand, relies heavily on technology. It is almost entirely made up of visual effects, green screens, and CGI. It is completely shot inside, there are no exterior shots, and the colors are a little more dark and remind of technical things like alarms, screens, or other electronical things. This video stands out because of all the amazing effects and transitions that they use. It also, again, includes very smart editing and uses programmed cameras to pull off some mind-bending effects. As I mentioned when talking about the song feels very intimate, and the lyrics talk about always being close to the person and focusing the attention on them, which again is exactly what we see. The camera is always focused on the two singers, and even if there are other people in the frame, they are dressed in black so that we only pay attention to the two singers. So let's take a closer look at some technical details, which is always very interesting to me. Starry Night looks beautiful and is a very, very, very well shot and extremely well edited music video. But essentially, it's not very hard to recreate on a technical level. If you take out the CGI moon and the night sky, it's really only really nice cinematography and editing. And if you have a camera and editing software, you could technically recreate the video. Focus on Me is a little more complicated, of course, but also not quite as difficult as it looks. It's definitely not something anyone could recreate. There's a lot of special equipment and software needed to achieve this. But if you look at the behind the scenes, you can see exactly how they pulled it off. It's mostly done with programmed cameras, green screen, and a lot of time in the post-production room. Yoogyeom's part here is most likely just screenshots that are pasted back onto the footage, and if you look really close you can also see Yoogyeom's leg disappearing in the last still frame. I'm guessing that's because he stepped in front of it, but I'm not sure, maybe there is another reason or it was a mistake. And another mistake I noticed in the Focus on Me video was this shot, where you can super clearly see the camera in the mirrors. I saw this the first time I watched the video and I read through the comments and nobody commented on seeing the camera. I don't know if the fans are just really sweet and they don't want to point out mistakes, which would make sense, or if nobody else noticed it, but I noticed it very clearly. Maybe it was just too time consuming or too complicated to edit it out, but it's just a funny thing to me that they left it in there and it's so obvious. Tell me in the comments if you've ever noticed the camera in the mirrors before. It would really interest me if I only noticed because I pay attention to those things, or if everyone saw it and they're just being very nice about it. And lastly, I wanted to share my favorite thing about each video. Please also leave your favorite thing about each video in the comments, because it's always nice to see what stands out to other people. So my favorite things in the Starry Night video are multiple shots that I can't show or list all, but specifically this very beautiful shot of Hwasa and Wayne, sorry if I mispronounced their names, because it looks really great, it's a very smart camera movement and it's really well timed. Another thing is the editing, as I've pointed out. It really makes the whole video, and there are so many smart decisions, and I really admire the time that was put into it. I've never mentioned this on this channel, but editing is my favorite part and my favorite aspect of filmmaking. I worked as an editor for a year, so editing always stands out to me, and I really just admire how this video was edited. And lastly, MAMAMOO. Again, sorry if I mispronounced that, because this was the first video I ever saw of MAMAMOO, and MAMAMOO immediately stole my heart because just look how beautiful she is, honestly. Oh my god, I love her hair. I want that hair. She's so pretty. Oh my god. Now about Focus on Me, my absolute favorite, super favorite thing about Focus on Me is the aspect ratio. I know that's probably a super nerdy thing to say and nobody else cares about it, but to me it's so beautiful. I've never seen another music video with this aspect ratio and it works so well. It looks so good, and I love that it's not just the black bars at the top and the bottom, but instead it's actually cut that way. as you can see in this screenshot that I took. I don't know what it is about the aspect ratio, but I just really like it. Another thing that I obviously really love about this video is the editing and how they managed to make the video look so complicated. When I first watched it, I was so baffled at how they did most of these things before I actually took a minute to think about it. It just looks so cool, and it must have taken so long to edit and put all the effects in it. And I really admire the dedication and also the thought process of coming up with this video. And lastly, I really love the floor they dance on at the end. At first I thought it might be another visual effect or something else, but as you can see in the behind the scenes, it's actually a practical floor that really looks and moves like that, and I want it in my living room. Okay, so that's all for this video. I really hope I explained everything clearly. If not, please comment and I will explain anything that you might have not understood. Also, please let me know if these types of in-depth looks at music videos are interesting to you, because it's something that I really wanted to do on this channel. So I really hope you actually find this interesting. And as you can maybe tell, I put a lot of effort into this video, so I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. As I said, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something, or maybe you saw something in these videos that you didn't before, like that camera in the mirror. And yes, thanks again for watching, and bye.